Think about it. We take photos as a return ticket to a moment otherwise gone. Hey friends, never let your memories be greater than your dreams. A family vacation to Guatemala about 2.5 years ago, right before the girls turned 2 and Giovanni turned 4. Giovanni wasn't walking yet, and there we were, wheelchair, double stroller. There we were at the airport, and there's Mercedes. Look at her. There's my girls up on the rooftop. I love this picture. Look at those little overalls and bare feet. They were so cute. This is the terraza at the house we stayed at, and they just loved playing in the water. Here my little munchkins are using a rake to try to hit the tree and get limons to fall down. And Giovanni loved watching them and picking up the limons. He was crawling all over the yard, and he screamed a lot because he couldn't talk. What you do for one munchkin, you do for all 3. Look at those little monkeys. This is at Santiago Atitlan on the airstrip, which is all grass. Sergio hopes to have a hangar there soon. And here are the girls striking a pose. I love looking at the way Giovanni used to hold his legs. He had no control over them once he stood up. You'll see that in a minute. We spent a little time with Sergio's mother, the girls and Giovanni's biological great-grandmother. Here's Carlo Giovanni. Look at that curly hair. I'm looking at the diapers in these pictures. 3 kids in diapers on vacation. Look at them, look at those birds up there. Big boy, Giovanni. Big boy. Sister's there helping. Big boy. Atta boy. Walk, walk, walk. Walk, walk, walk. Yes, so good. Here we go. Okay, Giovanni. Run, 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 run. Run. Run, run, run. Oh, boy. Okay, girls, go get it. Run, 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 run.
Run, Giovanni.
Run, Giovanni, run, 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 run.
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 Run, run, come on in. Run.
Run, 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 run.
There you go. Run, run, run,
He
run.
stopped running, Poppy.
Yeah, he didn't want to run anymore.
Now you're going to see Giovanni stand for the first time independently. Get ready. It's wet. It's wet. Well, stand up. Don't cry. Stand up. Very good. Stand up then.
Good.
Very good.
Oh, good, Giovanni.
Yay! Very good. Do it again, Bonnie. So I have to tell you the story about Giovanni walking. I told it on another video quite a while back, but I have to tell it again. We came on vacation, the three kiddos, Sergio and I, we stayed in an Airbnb. We had the time of our lives. It was a lot of work. Mercedes came to help us, and she had little Carlo Giovanni, who's about a year younger than our Giovanni. So she came to help for the, I don't know, we were here for like 10 days maybe. I don't really remember. And we went all over the place and we had fun, and Mercedes cooked and cleaned and did the laundry and shopping and all the things. So it made it really nice. Thank God for her. Anyway, so we decided to take the kids out, and I had the double stroller. Now remember, this is cobblestone. You've seen the streets in the videos. What were we thinking? We had Giovanni in a wheelchair, and we had the girls in the double stroller, and we decided we wanted to go walk about because that's what Sergio and I do when we're on vacation, and we hadn't really taken a vacation with all the kids. So there we were walking about on the cobblestone roads and the uneven surfaces, and I must confess, we accidentally dumped Giovanni out of his chair twice. We did. We're those parents. Thank God kids are resilient and forgiving because, yeah. So anyway, the house that we stayed in was right down the street from the church that we go to now, El Calvario. And when we walked into the church, because I'm Catholic and I love to go into all the old churches, and I have to say a prayer and all the things when I go in, right? And so we go into the church, and I said my little prayer, and we're walking through the church, and it's quiet. You've seen our church. It's quiet. It's bare. The floors, there's no carpeting. It's very loud. And Giovanni can only scream because he cannot talk. Remember this, okay? So he screams when he gets upset. He screams when he gets excited. And when he screams, it sets the girls off. I mean, you have screaming. Anyway, you get the picture. And it echoes. And we walk up to the front of the church. I wanted to see everything they had up there. They have so many beautiful things in Catholic churches. And so I just wanted to go up there and see and admire and, just get all in the feels, because that's what I do when I go into a church. So anyway, we're at the front of the church, and we happen to be the only ones in there. We're just visiting. It's not during church time, church service time. We're just visiting. And in walks this little short-statured lady, and I'm short. I'm 5'2" or 3 now, but she was short, much shorter than me. And she had on her head covering. They wear head coverings in the Catholic churches a lot of times, especially here. So it wasn't that unusual to me at the time. And I thought, oh, she's coming in to pray. She had something in her arms. I don't remember what it was. She came in, and I thought, oh, she's just gonna, go up front and pray like all of us Catholics do, right? So she didn't. She made a beeline for Giovanni. Now, we had the girls in the double stroller and Giovanni in the wheelchair. She doesn't even see the girls. She doesn't see me. She doesn't see Sergio. She sees Giovanni. She goes straight to him. She drops down on her knees, and she has her head down and covered. I never saw her face. She starts praying over him and touching him in her native tongue, because, they have so many different dialects here. And a little bit of Spanish thrown in, I guess. And Sergio was kind of hearing what she was saying, but not completely, because he doesn't understand. You can't understand all the dialects that are here. They don't understand one another. So Giovanni starts screaming, like somebody who's, like the spirits are not happy that are leaving him at that moment. I don't know. He sounded like he was possessed. It was horrible. He starts just screaming. Not unusual again for Giovanni. And Sergio had to beg our pardon and tell her, thank you very much for the prayers. We need to get him outside. And so she went on about her business. And that is the very next day. The video you just saw is when Giovanni stood for the first time. He had never tried to stand on his own. You saw him standing holding onto Sergio's pants and walking behind him. That was the closest he had ever gotten. He walked with a walker with a lot. So he did walk with his walker, but with a lot of difficulty. I mean, have you seen some of the contraptions that I came up with to try to get him to be able to utilize a walker? He did use his wheelchair successfully, and he had a walker that he could use, but he had never tried anything like that independently, and we were so excited. I still say that lady that came in and prayed over him, I never saw her face. I couldn't understand a word she said. He screamed like crazy. And the next day, there's a miracle. I still say she was sent direct from heaven. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who that was. I would love to know. But anyway, I'll be right there, buddy. I'll be right there, buddy. Okay, so we get back to the States, and this is end of February. Right around the girl's birthday, and Giovanni's birthday is the 1st of March. They're just like a week apart. And so we went in for his evaluation, that you do at school at their birthday. That was time for his evaluation. And they had a video of him. And guess what the video was? He had taken his first steps that week in school. And they were saving the video for us. It was like the day before. And we were so excited. We were so excited. We were sad because we didn't get to see his first steps in person, but we were ecstatic that he had started to walk. Now, you tell me, how did that happen? And the funny thing is the church that all of that happened in, here, El Calvario, is the church that we go to now. Can you even believe that? I mean, you can't imagine how many Catholic churches around here. And that's the closest one to our house. I mean, God works in mysterious ways. So shortly after Giovanni started walking, he started talking. And of course, that typically happens, and I've been told that, and I know that. But what miracles. I tell you, when you have a 4-year-old child that has never stood on his own and has never tried to walk and couldn't talk and screamed, and all these things started clicking, I mean to tell you, we were ecstatic. And we hold on to, especially me, I hold on to that story about that little lady saying prayers over him and touching him. And I asked Sergio over a year to 2 years later, golly, I think about that lady all the time, and I wonder what she prayed. I wonder what she was saying. And Sergio said, well, she was talking in her native tongue, so it was hard to understand her. But he said, when we left, she said, well, he's cured. And Sergio just shrugs his shoulders, because he's not like me. He's not so emotional and sentimental, and I'm very religious. I'm very Catholic, So anyway, he was like, she just, she said he was cured. And I turned around. I said, what'd you say? She said he was cured. I said, you didn't ever say that. You never told me that's what she said. I mean, I had no idea. So I really believe that little lady was a prayer, and she intervened, and we got a miracle. So anyway, hello, baby cakes. I just had to interject that in here, as I'm sharing memories with all of you and saving them for the kids. Man, that was a huge one. And one of the many reasons I'm so drawn to Guatemala. You eating cereal? She's eating cereal. Let's see what else we have.
While I'm documenting that miracle of Giovanni, I have to say, just a few months later, when I said that he started talking, we went to San Antonio to visit just for vacation, and again stumbled across a Catholic church. It was downtown. It was a Sunday morning. I did not go in to pray this morning because they were having mass, and it was an old church, and I didn't want to make a big commotion with my kids and the thing. So we stayed outside, and Giovanni was working on his ability to get up the steps. They were old concrete steps. About this time, this little short-statured lady with her head covered comes walking down the street with her walker, and she walks towards us, towards the church, down the sidewalk, and she stops in front of the steps, and she looks up at Giovanni, and she says in broken English, "He's made so much progress." And I said yes, and she said, God bless. And we said, God bless you. And she turned to walk away. And I looked at Sergio and I said, who was it? Do you know her? And he said, Kim, we're in San Antonio. How would I know her? Who was that? Did you know her? I said, of course I didn't know her. But how come she knows Giovanni's made so much progress? So I turned, remember she's on a walker, to see, I wanted to see her, you know. She was gone. She was gone. And when I went to look around the corner, she was gone. Now you tell me, who was that lady? And that's when Giovanni started talking. Pretty cool stories, huh? Pretty cool stories. God is still in the miracle working business.
Well, that's it for tonight, folks. A lot of great memories that we get to share with all of our friends. And remember, feathers appear when angels are near. And I pray for you that your miracle is just around the next corner. Say a prayer for me, friends, and I'll say a prayer for you, and I'll see you on the next video. Good night, everybody.